So today we will be discussing a very important speech given by a very important man in America's history. This speech is the Address to the Nation on the Challenger given by Ronald Reagan. The Challenger was a space shuttle that was traveling into space carrying 7 astronauts, one who was a teacher from New Hampshire. About 73 seconds after liftoff, the space shuttle exploded in the air. It claimed the lives of all 7 astronauts. This takeoff was being broadcasted live around the nation. Adults and children all around witnessed this horrific disaster. The Challenger tragedy actually occurred in 1986 on January 28th, not too long ago. If you would like to watch the video of the space shuttle, the Challenger, I've included the YouTube video right here, and you can go back and watch it later if you would like. So Ronald Reagan was president at the time, and he went on the radio a few hours after the tragedy to acknowledge what had happened. This is not his whole speech, but this is part of it, a part which I wanted you guys to hear and to think about. So Ronald Reagan went on and said, "We've grown used to wonders in this century. It's hard to dazzle us. But for 25 years, the United States space program has been doing just that. We've grown used to the idea of space, and perhaps we forget that we've only just begun. We're still pioneers. They, the members of the Challenger crew, were pioneers. And I want to say something to the school children of America who are watching the live coverage of the shuttle's takeoff. I know it is hard to understand, but sometimes painful things like this happen. It's all part of the process of exploration and discovery. It's all part of taking a chance and expanding man's horizons. The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave. The Challenger crew was pulling us into the future, and we'll continue to follow them. The crew of the Space Shuttle Challenger honored us by the manner in which they lived their lives. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them, this morning as they prepared for the journey and waved goodbye, and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God." This was a very powerful speech at the time and is still very powerful today. And I have also referenced this speech if you would like to go read more of it. It's on the references page of this PowerPoint. So as I was reading that speech, and if you would like, you can go reread it. What do you think made that speech so remarkable? I mean, what stood out to you in the speech? It's very powerful, and there are many points that stand out to me, but I want to hear what stands out to you. And if you can, if you would like to go back and watch the video, or you don't have to, but just think about those feelings a child would have if they witnessed the live event. It's very heartbreaking, and it was a very important moment in American history, not only for space travel, but that live coverage of a American tragedy. I want you to prepare to discuss these questions about the tragedy tomorrow. And if you would like, this is more information on the Challenger that you can go back and read. And this is Ronald Reagan's speech, if you'd like to go back and read that. So just prepare your questions for tomorrow and do any further research that you would like.